got a chance to see the sequel, Nobody 2, with Bob Odenkirk. Let's talk about it right now. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you so much for spending time with me as we rant about movies, comic books, and television shows, as well as the occasional board game. I'm your host, Frank Zanka. I'm an award-winning screenwriter, novelist, and comic book writer, as well as a filmmaker. And yeah, we're going to talk about Nobody 2! The sequel to the breakout hit, really, because nobody expected that to be a hit, called Nobody, because mostly nobody thought that Bob Odenkirk could pull off an action movie with stunts. But he surprised everyone and made a very, very successful movie with the writer of John Wick, who also returns to write this one. So he wrote the original John Wick, Nobody, and then now Nobody 2. It was directed by... so we have writers, too, that Derek Kolstad and Aaron Rabin. So it's credited to two different writers. And then the director is Timo Tiehanto. Okay. And so he is the director of VHS. He doesn't really have this kind of directing credit. He also did a movie called Killers and The Night Comes for Us, of which I've never seen either one of them. I'm not even sure they're American movies. And Aaron Rabin, also credited as another writer, is also the writer-producer of Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan. But he is also the director, the producer of A Secret Invasion for Marvel. So, we got some hit and miss stuff here right off the bat. So, and that's kind of how I feel about this film in general, is that it had some stuff I liked in it, and then it had some stuff that's a miss. And I think that mostly the miss is when it comes to the writing. The plot here, for me, doesn't really work at all. I went to see it because of the cast, for the most part, and the fact that it was an action film. Those two things were enough for me to say, yes, I'm going to go spend 2 hours in the theater, because I'm exhausted, really. I'm surprised that I did not fall asleep, because we just been shooting this film called, I'm doing a Tubi movie called Gangster's Daughter 4, because there are 3 others. And, we're doing 13-hour days, so 5 days of that in a row is enough to put anybody on their butt. So I really didn't feel like going out, but I want to go to the movies. I at least need to go once a week so I don't fall behind. And so I went to see this, and I was kind of semi-excited about it. I wasn't completely disappointed because I didn't fall asleep or anything. It definitely held my attention. And I thought that the acting overall was generally very good. I really have no complaints on the acting whatsoever. I mean, if anything, the actors were elevated this project. I don't think that the writers put the amount of time, and they were I don't know how much money they made, but, hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not close to $1 million each, to write this film, and I feel that the writing is subpar. So, the first one was a flash in the pan. It was about a guy that was retired, and once he got a taste of what he used to do, which is an assassin, he jumped right back, both feet into his old profession. But here we start off, and I'm not going to really go into spoilers, but here we start off with him seeing his boss, who I really like, Colin Salmon. He's a very good actor. My favorite part with him was Resident Evil with the lasers. I love that scene with him. Where you're just like, there's nothing I can fucking do at this point. But we start out with him, and he's trying to pay back a loan of $30 million. Where did this come from? That was like totally out of left field, because he was out of the business for however long a period of time. And then when he got back in, suddenly he owes $30 million because he burned up some drug money or something like that. I don't know. And now he's got to pay it back. I don't know. That part, to me, is just weird. It's just weird. And, he's paying it off pretty close to $1 million every time he goes out. But at the same time, he's not making anything. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have done that. I would have thought that, he was just good at what he did. So, the company that he works for or whatever, obviously it's some kind of a clandestine thing, because at the end, he gets out of whatever he's getting out of. There's a phone call, which I'm going to talk about that phone call. I wish we would have seen a little bit more of the dog, because we see a dog in the first scene, which then we don't see him again till the end. And I really like that. It was like a wolf type of dog. And I liked the scenes with the dog in it, and I thought there should have been a few more. But, Bob Odenkirk is 62 years old, and he's doing all this shit. I know there's a stunt double that comes in, but he's still got to do a portion of that. And, we have John Wick that gets his finger cut off. He cuts his own finger off, and I forgot what it was. Was it 3? And here we have a finger cut off as well. So we got fingers all over the place. I'm actually pretty surprised that actually happened. Connie Nielsen, 60 years old, and she has still got it, man. I mean, she's to me, she's still a sexy woman. She has such a huge career. From Wonder Woman, she played, of course, Wonder Woman's mom in both those movies. She was in Gladiator and Devil's Advocate. I mean, she's got such huge credits under her, and she's also in one of my favorite movies with another action film called 3 Days to Kill. I love that movie. I think Haley Steinfeld was in that thing also. But anyway, so yeah, she was the wife as well. But here she has a little bit more to do, and I don't know, like, I guess when they met, they talk about when they met and stuff like that. So I don't know if she was like some kind of an agent as well, because we find out that she's a sharpshooter. So I don't know how that kind of fixed and everything. And then Christopher Lloyd returns, and that guy's 86 years old, man. He's still working. I just saw him in Wednesday too, but I think for Wednesday mostly he's just a motion cap. But still, he's still working. He's still doing the voice and stuff like that, even if that's a motion cap. John Ortiz comes in as the bad guy. He's not the bad guy for the whole thing, but he's the starting bad guy. And, of course, he also played the bad guy in Fast and the Furious. And RZA, is how you say his name, RZA, RZA. He's not a really good actor at all. But he's a good samurai, and he's got some really good action scenes in here. But the worst actor award of the film actually has to go to, and I'm going to make you wait for a second there, because I'm going to talk about the fact that I'm a writer as well, and you can also check out the stuff that I've written by clicking the link description below, or just type my name into Amazon. You can check out my 4-novel sci-fi quadrilogy. Destiny Aurora was made into a board game. It was also made into an RPG. And it's also on Audible. You're going to love the twists and turns in there. If you're into epic sci-fi, you're going to love that. On top of that, all my books are on Kindle, including my YA fantasy novel, Tales of Ravenor, the Iron Witch. And my new comic, Fairy Tales of Terror, is going to be, as soon as we wrap on this film next week, I'm going to launch that. There's some tweaks I still have to do yet. We have a Psycho Cinderella. We have a murderous Captain Hook running around New York City after they escape from their novels, and they're being hunted by Neverland's Tiger Lily. It's going to be lots of fun. It's going to be a little bit gory, but mostly fun. And you can definitely check out the QR code here or link in the description below and sign up right now so you'll get notified when we launch next week. We have over 550 people following it right now. All right, so let's jump right back into Nobody 2. So I can tell you who the worst actor in this thing is, and that is Sharon Stone. I don't know what is going on with her, but she was awful in this. I mean, awful. Like Catwoman, awful. I don't know what she was even thinking. I think she was actually miscast. And I used to like Sharon Stone a lot. I mean, Basic Instinct, stuff like that. I mean, she was really good back in the day. I don't know what's going on with her, but it was pretty much a surprise. I thought the kids were basically good. The daughter really doesn't get much to do except being the daughter. But the son, Brady, he's part of the catalyst of what's going on here. And then Colin Hanks, I don't know why that guy has not really taken off in the mainstream media / films. He's so good and so understated, and he's just never taken off. Anyway, he's really good in here, I thought, as the foil, and he's kind of a dick in this too, and it really works actually. But he plays like the sheriff. So the basic storyline. This is why I have a problem with how this kind of works out. So he finally says, I'm going to take a break. He realizes that his relationship with his wife is strained. He realizes that. And he says, I'm going to take a break. So he tells the barber, which is Colin's character, that he's going to take a break and he's going to go on vacation. And he has this place that his father, which is Christopher Lloyd's character, him and Riza, which is his brother, that was the only vacation they ever went on, and they realized that their father took them there on their one and only vacation because he had a job there, because Christopher Lloyd was ex-military or whatever that he was doing. They had such a great fond memory of this place that he decided, and it was also weird because he saw a bumper sticker of the place. So, and that just happened to be the one place that he went on vacation. So that's my problem is everything's so coincidental that it's like, come on, man. Can we not get something that's like, oh, I just happened to go on vacation and I go to a crime ring? Come on. Give me something. Like he just did all of these jobs, right? Where he was killing people right and left, right? To get this disc that is just nothing. We never even find out what the thing is. It didn't matter, So, but he kills all these people. He gets all these things that he hands them back off to Colin's character. And then, it's funny, we have two Collins, Colin Hanks and Colin Salmon. But, he hands that off. Why couldn't we have it so all of these things kind of maybe push the plot forward, where he kind of pissed off the wrong people, or all the people up to this point, let's say he had 5 or 6 jobs, right, of all this stuff that have happened, prior to the movie starting, or we get to see them in succession or whatever, and these people all kind of got together and they realized that the family was going on vacation and they all went to deal with him and kill the family. That would have made more sense, because then the things that he was doing was directly impacting the family, where it wasn't just an accident. And that's the coincidence thing kills me. That's what I'm saying, is that these writers made how much money and they put so little thought into this. And even in John Wick, we had like a Hall of Mirrors, right? With Ruby Red or Ruby Rose or whatever. Didn't we have a thing like that with John Wick? Well, we have a very similar one here. And the only reason they go to an amusement park is so that they can use it as a backdrop for destroying everything. It was kind of disappointing that the writers didn't think out the box at all. But again, Bob Odenkirk owns this thing. He's very fun to watch. I thought that him and Connie Nielsen had some really good chemistry. Sharon Stone, we could have removed her completely. It probably would have been a better movie without her in it at all. Then, that was the other thing, is that he wipes out these big dudes right and left. And then, we have Sharon Stone's right-hand women. They sucked for fighting, and he couldn't take them out. So I'm like, what? And then when we have the phone call of the agents taking a phone call where, I guess Colin's character, the barber, whatever else, is calling them to release them, he hangs up, right? So on the other side of the call, so the agent's still on the call, the other side hangs up, and we hear a dial tone, like an old school dial tone, before he hangs up. That's not how cell phones work, man. I don't know who was doing the sound design on this, but I was like, that took me completely out of the movie, where I was like, cell phones don't have dial tones if the other side hangs up. It just disconnects the line. Now when you hear it, you're not going to be able to unhear it. I'm telling you, if you see the movie, you're like, oh yeah, what the hell, dude? So I would have liked to have seen more dog. I liked Riz's action scenes in here, even though he was in it very little, which was fine because, again, he's not that good of an actor. I would have liked to have Sharon Stone eliminated completely out of here, and I would have liked to have seen a plot that was more driven by the beginning rather than coincidental. That's all of my issues there. Again, the action scenes are good, but nothing compared to Ballerina. Nothing. Ballerina is still the best action film of the year, bar none. So I'm going to give this is a little above average for me. I did enjoy it. Would I see it again? If it came up, I would probably watch it again. I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it again. But if it popped up on a streaming channel, yeah, I'd probably watch it. And I'm going to give it a 6 or a 6.5 out of 10. Again, slightly above average, not nearly as good as the first, and it's definitely not memorable. That's the other problem, is that it's not memorable. If you're just looking for dumb action fun, then go see it, because it's worth seeing for that. If you're looking for anything of substance whatsoever, you're not going to find it in this film. There's no substance to it at all. And any kind of depth that is brought to the film is the actors bringing that depth in their facial expressions, in how they're delivering the dialogue. And for all I know, they maybe did some of their own dialogue that wasn't in the script, because I don't trust the script at all. I think two writers on this thing, they made way more money than they deserved. That is for sure. Anyway, that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do see it, if you did see the film, let me know what you think. It is a general consensus from everything that I've seen that it does not live up at all to the original. Some people didn't like it at all and said it sucked. I didn't go that far with it. I didn't think it sucked. I think there were parts of it that sucked, but I don't think as overall for the film it sucked. All right, remember to give me that like, give me that thumbs up if you can. If you can subscribe, please do. Share this video out there. Definitely check out my stuff on Amazon. Link in the description below. Just type my name in, Frank Zanka, into Amazon. You'll see my stuff come up. And absolutely jump into Fairy Tales of Terror on Kickstarter right now. We haven't launched yet, but it'll definitely click to get notified. And you'll love it when we first launch, because we'll have a lot of early bird specials. And we have QR code here, link in the description below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great week.